Today I will be reviewing the first masterclass that I did where Martin Scorsese teaches filmmaking. In this video, I'll first show y'all a brief overview of masterclass. Then I'll dive into why I chose to do Martin Scorsese's masterclass first. Also give you all a quick overview of his lessons. He has just about 30 classes that he offers. And I'll also show you all then how I went and studied the materials. And at the end, I will then give my recommendations and also just the overall impression I got off of it. As I mentioned in a video in May that I posted, I subscribed to the annual All Access Pass of Masterclass. My motivation that I signed up for Masterclass was I just wanted to learn some new skills and especially learn a lot of new things about filmmaking and the things around it. So, also acting or screenwriting, all of those type of stuff that come with making a movie. You see, you have Ron Howard on directing or Aaron Sorkin on screenwriting, and his masterclass I actually want to check out next. As I'll see here, the first one that I completed is Martin Scorsese's. Here you'll have an overview of his profile of his masterclass. So I'll give y'all here a quick overview of how Martin Scorsese's masterclass is built up. With most of them, it first starts off with a quick introduction to the teacher. You get to learn who they are, what works and masterpieces they have done in the past or are still doing today. In this case, Martin Scorsese was talking about how he got into cinema. You learn a bit more of his personality. What I really enjoyed was I'm a big Martin Scorsese fan, and I got to learn things about him and his movies that I didn't know. Again, he then slowly starts building into filmmaking. He talks about discovering your process and influences of how you can find inspiration and ideas to make a film. What I have to say, so the goal of Martin Scorsese's masterclass is, first of all, to introduce you to or also learn more about filmmaking. That's the first part of it. And then basically at the end or throughout working on these lessons, you should be able to work on your own short film with the assignments and the theoretical things you learn in here. You really get all the tools you need and even more to create your first short film. That's also what I'm actually working on currently. I've been writing, I basically finished all the writing, but now we have to film all the scenes and then edit them together. So I thought his classes were really helpful on finding a structure in how to make a short film. And it gives you really good ideas how to take each step, especially me as a beginner, as a first timer in making a short film. I thought that his tips and assignments here were really helpful and helped me a lot. Then around here he starts talking about some of the important things of filmmaking, directing, the story and the script that you need to write, all really important things. Then eventually he talks about like the onset things you need to know, such as production design or costume design. There's a quick class on understanding cinematography, which is really important in order to make your movie look beautiful. He quickly talks about editing too, music, and really all the basics of filmmaking. And at the end, you also have scene discussions with him. So together you basically watch a scene of a movie, and then after that, he gives you his thoughts on it. He might highlight some things of that scene. He will say what is good and maybe why the director chose to film that this way. And basically here at the end, finding your way, he just gives you again some encouraging words to go out in the world, grab a camera, find a story to tell and just tell that story with the camera. I would usually first check out the lesson video. I have a notebook here where I took notes in during the videos. Maybe I wrote down some quotes that I thought were inspiring, or maybe he mentioned a movie to go check out on the subject of black and white colors in cinema. After that, I would open up the workbook. Here y'all can just see the first page. When you open up the workbook, you first find a short description of the teacher, who they are, what they've done in the past and all that. And then after, to each lesson that you watch, you then have a chapter review. So it basically talks about the things that the teacher already talked about in the video. After that, you then have learn more. In this case, oftentimes you maybe got some movie recommendations to go check out because they had to do with the subject he just talked about. You get a lot of links to other websites or videos, maybe of an interview or so, that are very helpful. And then at the end, you have the assignments. Now, I find that one of the best things here on Masterclass, because just like in school, you have a lot of theory and all that, and that's good. You need a certain amount of theory, but then at the end of the day, you need to be able to take the theoretical stuff and use it in a practical sense, to go out in the world and implement the things that you have learned. Lastly, who do I recommend this masterclass for? Also, it works for a big variety of people. Whether you're a beginner in filmmaking, don't know anything at all, but want to learn more, this is a great way. You have just 10-minute introductions to a topic. Then it's also really great for people who have somewhat of a filmmaking knowledge, such as me. I'm a big movie watcher, always have been. And basically, especially the past few months, I've been spending a lot of time in watching movies and reading up about in books, or learning in videos, or masterclass things about filmmaking. And even me, as someone who knows a little bit about filmmaking, I still was able to learn a lot about it. And thirdly, I'd say for anyone who loves Martin Scorsese movies, he mentions the thought process he had during some of his movies. He talked about why he chose to film Raging Bull in black and white. So all in all, I have a really great first impression of Masterclass. And yeah, I'm looking really forward to checking out some of the other classes on here. And if any one of y'all wants to learn more about it, just hit me up, let me know some of your questions that you might have, and hopefully I can help you with them. And yeah, then I will see y'all for my next Masterclass review.